Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys following along. As you can see in the title, yes, we're working on the vet and I'm trying to get AC. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I just got a belt and I got the Freon, so we're gonna try to do it up. Try to show you guys how I do it. I've never changed the AC belt on one of these. It doesn't look too difficult though, so let's get into today's video. Let's do it. But man, in the sun, look at her. She's shining with that fresh wash. Pretty looking car. Wow. Not too bad. She cleans up nice. Oh man. Alright, yeah. So basically, let's see if we can get up in here. You can see a little bit. Let's turn the light on. Alright, so we got this belt. It's still good, so we didn't need to replace it. I just need to remove it real quick. So if we come on the other side. Okay, so if you're on this side, you can see we got the right here tensioner pulley, and so let me look in there. Okay, and then down there, way down there is where the other one's gonna go onto the AC. So just gotta put her on. Probably gonna jack it up, get some more clearance, but we could probably do it from the top. But we'll see. So we're gonna learn together. Some people say you do it from the bottom, so I've seen people do it with everything taken apart, but I don't know. We'll probably do it from the bottom. I'll jack it up and see how much clearance I got. Probably have to do a little bit of both, but yeah, that way you can see better too with the camera from down low. So yeah, there you go. Not a lot of stuff on the bench today, but we got the belt, a little thin little belt, and the Freon. So little pro tip: take your fresh belt and just throw it out on the floor. I'll throw it over here on this side. I'm gonna jack up right here. So go on the floor in the sun. So that'll just soften the belt up, because right now it's gonna be stuck in that elastic. Well, not elastic, but stuck in the positioning that it was in. So that'll soften it up while we're getting it jacked up and getting the other stuff pulled off. I don't think I'm gonna need to remove the intake, but we'll see. We will see. Also, something that I thought we might check right now, see if there's any Freon that was actually even in here. Don't suggest doing this, and if you are, don't do very much of it. You're not supposed to put this in the atmosphere like that. Come on. Okay, there's Freon in there. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. That's good to see pressure. Well, poor lighting for some reason. I don't know why the hood's creating a shadow. So try to do the best I can with you guys. But right here it's a 15. So take this belt off. It's real easy. Just loosen it. Okay, let's see how I can do this with you guys. It's crazy that this belt is almost too small. It's at its full max right away. Interesting. Okay. Come on. There you go. Okay, so she's off. Let that just fall out. I can reroute it later. I'm not really worried about it. Now we have room to get to the other one. Let me just make sure down there is a 15 as well. So I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's a 15 for the lower as well. So all right, let me jack it up now. See what we're doing from the bottom. All right, so after a couple minutes, you can see now it's not all twisted. It stays like this. The issue is how am I going to hold the camera to show you what I'm doing? So from the upright view, you can visibly see more, but from underneath it's hard to see, but it's going to be easier for me to do the job. So I'm trying to figure out how I can do this, and then the best way to route the belt right now. So let me figure this out, and then I'll try to show you guys what I'm doing. Also, it's extremely dirty under there, so grabbing my GoPro is just going to get hella filthy. So we shall see how this is going to play out. It might be one of those annoying ones where I gotta do the job and then show you it after, which I wanted to kind of show you the whole process. So we'll see. See if I can get some positioning. Alright, so you can see all the sludge, but we're not worried about that right now. It will be later. But there's the pulley I gotta get to. It's right back there. And then there's the AC compressor, and there's the harmonic balancer, and then there's the, right above it I want to say is the idler pulley. It's also nasty. So it needs to go underneath that and above the other one. So it's pretty simple. So I just need to route the belt on real quick. So let me get the belt on real quick, and then I'll come back to you. You can see it from this angle too, how dirty and nasty it is, but you can see how where the pulley's at. So let me try to get it on real quick. Alright, so like I figured, I wasn't really able to show you how I did it, but I did get it on by myself from the bottom. It was a little challenging, not too bad. Probably took me like total of, I don't know, like 10 minutes maybe. And I got the other belt on, so at least I'll be able to show you now. If you look, so you can see right there, the belt is wrapped above it. Right here, you can see it's above it and underneath. And if I go up here, you can see this is the serpentine belt right here, and then behind it though, the idler pulley. You can see the AC belt on it, and the compressor over here to the right, or that's to the left. So the belts are on. It's on the harmonic balancer right here. So both of them are ran, and then you can see I went up on top and I already tightened the regular serpentine belt. So now is to just lower it down real quick. We're gonna lower it down real quick now and just turn the car on and see how the belts, if there's any squilling or if they're even straight, if I put the belts on straight. So you'll know right away if it makes any noise. And then at the same time, I'm gonna turn the AC on and just see what it does. See if there is some AC in there and it's just not cold, or what it is. And then from there, I'll put the unit on and test and see where it's at. So right now I just jacked the car back up so I can get the jack stand out from underneath here. And yeah, like I said, it's pretty dirty. I'm super dirty now in a matter of, you know, like 5-10 minutes. But other than having a jack with jack stands, the only tool that was used was it's kind of a breaker bar, but it's my ratchet I use for everything, with a 15 socket, and I was able to do both belts. So let's turn it on right now and let's see if it squeals. See if one of the pulleys are bad. I don't get why the AC belt would be taken off. So, all right, take it out of gear, turn it on. Okay, so right off the bat, I don't hear any squealing. So the belt's on, they're both on, so no noises, no flapping. So let me turn the AC on now and just see what it does before I add Freon. So AC button on, high, AC. And it's cooling off, but I can see it's fluctuating, so it probably definitely needs some Freon in here. It is cooling off though, surprisingly, but it's not getting cold. All right, yeah, it's cooling off, but definitely not where it needs to be at. So let's put some Freon in and see what happens. Crazy though, it is a little bit, it's not blowing hot air, but all right. Okay, so I'm lucky I seen this before I was testing it out. I seen it on the low pressure. The what do they call that? I forgot what they call it right now. I'm just having a blank. But the valve stem, the inside of the valve stem is leaking on that. So thankfully I have one, but off of a car. So I don't know if it's gonna work. And I have a valve stem tool remover. So I'm gonna see maybe if I tighten that one down, but it was sitting there bubbling on me. So I don't know if it's loose or if it seals bad. So let's see. I just tightened it up a little bit. Let me turn the car back on to see if it'll do what it was doing. And I'll show you right now. Hold on. I sealed that down. That's not leaking anymore. Let me see what kind of pressure we're looking at right now. Okay, so we're sitting at in the red. Not supposed to do that. There's just too much Freon in here. Looked like somebody tried to service this before. And they put way too much in. So let me see if I turn the car on right now and turn the AC on and see where it sits at. So with the car on, with the AC on full blast, you can see that there's too much in there. Alright, it's definitely loud and hot, but this is where we're at right now. At the low point, needs to be filled. We'll try to add some in and see what happens. So there's the squeeze and shake. 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, like that. That's what the instructions say. So look at the needle, looking real good now. Fan's getting super cold. I want to get the needle a little higher just to be safe if it has a leak or not. I don't know. There's a lot in here, so a little bit more than that, and then I'll go check it right now. Alright, that's where I want to see it at. Between 40 and 50. Alright, let's go check the AC. Fingers crossed this shit's blowing cold. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Oh, it's blowing cold. She's cold there. I wouldn't say it's ice, but it's cold. A lot better than hot air. So, let me see. Let me shut the door. Roll the window up. See if we can cool off, as I'm dripping sweat. Now another thing we're going to be doing too is we're going to be wrapping the fucking fiberglass or whatever they call it, plexiglass roof, because direct sunlight on you is just too hot. It's too hot. So yeah, but yeah, it's cooling off in here with the door shut and the window shut. So definitely if I wrap this so I don't have direct sunlight hitting me, I guarantee you this thing's going to be way cooler. But I'm happy it's working. AC's on. I'm gonna have to drive it for a couple days to make sure that it doesn't actually have a leak, but so far everything seems to be good right now. So we're tagged AC, so I'm gonna drive the car for a little bit right now and just see how it goes. But overall I'm pretty happy with the results. It was a pretty easy day, pretty easy fix. So maybe the belt was just old or something and it broke, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sitting in AC right now. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay, so I made a stupid huge mess. I noticed that the valve stem was actually still leaking, so I tried to pull that bitch out and it exploded. And look, it exploded. Here it is, the old valve stem. It's just, I don't know what's wrong with it, but looked like the seal was bad, the rubber on it. So I put another one in. I don't know if it's gonna work, if it's the same type. I mean, it's screwed right in. So I only got like less than half a bottle of this shit. So now fingers crossed that this works. Fingers crossed. The AC was booming, but it was like something's not right. It wasn't getting cold enough. And then sure enough, when I went in to turn the car off and looked, you can see it bubbling just a little bit. So now I'm gonna turn the car back on. And well, first let me wipe it down, because that's a lot of shit just got on the headers and stuff. Let me see real quick. Let me wipe it down real quick. All right, so now when I hit the AC button, there's no AC. So let's go try to charge it with what we can and see what happens. Yep, it just turns on. Let me go put some Freon in and see what happens. So as of right now, it doesn't have AC again. So I didn't have enough left in the can, which sucks. So now I gotta go buy another can, but I only need to buy a smaller can now, so it won't be as expensive, and keep adding it. It's, from what I can see, the nipple that I put in there seems to not be leaking like the other one was. So I don't know, fingers crossed. But right now I'm gonna do the Ranger method on the clutch. Let's see right now what we're looking at. Okay, so yeah, clutch is pretty black. So for those of you who don't know what the Ranger method is, basically you put fluid in, put the cap on, pump it like 50 to 100 times, and then you take the cap off, pull the fluid out, put new fluid in, do it again, keep doing it till it stays clear. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And then after I do that, we'll go get some more coolant. My GoPro's gonna die, so I need to get my other battery, and then I'll come back to you guys. All right, so it is definitely later in the day. It took me a while to find what I needed, but it looked like after adding some more Freon, it was still leaking through the Schrader valve on the low pressure side. So basically just threw a bunch of money in the trash. After all day of searching, I sourced one out. It says it's a GM, so we'll see if it works. Right now, currently having somebody come over to the house and change out the Freon for me so that it's empty, and then I'm gonna put the Schrader valve in, and then I will add some more Freon. I went with some cheap shit this time because I've already spent way too much money on the expensive stuff. So we'll see what happens. The AC was working earlier, except it started leaking out, and then I replaced it with a Schrader valve that came out of a tire, like off of your tires. I used one of those because I threaded right in, and I thought it would work, but after it was under pressure, it started leaking again too. So let's see if this works. So I don't know, stay tuned. I'll come back to you once I install it. All right, that's gonna do it. Oh man, it got really dark out here, so it's kind of hard to record, but yeah. So the hood's back down on the Corvette, and the AC is blowing cold. The Schrader valve did work, but it's no longer leaking, so I was able to add Freon to it. It all worked out, so let me hop in here and show you guys. Let's see. Obviously you can't feel it, and I don't have a gauge, but AC's on already. Recirculating. Max. Yeah. Cold air. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So after a long hot day again, something that's supposed to be super easy of just, you know, throwing a belt on, putting some Freon in, you know, ended up being an all-day thing and pain in the butt, and the Freon exploded in my face. Like, that was not great. And yeah, a lot of money thrown away for no reason. But to feel this ice cold AC and everything going together the way it, you know, it has been, I'm looking forward to ordering a bunch of parts now, and now I can actually drive this thing when I actually want to, instead of just leaving it parked all week long. You know, I can take it to the store now. I got tags, it's registered, you know what I mean? Got its AC. I'm gonna be wrapping the roof though, because it's just too blistering hot with the sun. Maybe I'll sticker bomb the underneath. I don't know yet, we'll see. But yeah, other than that, I was gonna show you guys that Ranger method. The car didn't even need it apparently. It was just low on fluid. I added the fluid and I pumped it a gang of times and it was clean. So there was nothing to really show there. Again, in the future, I can show you guys that if you guys, you know, put it down in the comments if you want to see what the Ranger method is. There's lots of videos on it. But overall, I'm very happy with the results. This car is definitely coming together. So now you guys just need to stay tuned for the rest of the actual build, because now it's more of like I'm gonna do cosmetic shit to it now. Obviously, I'm gonna still buy tie rod ends and sway bar end links, because those need to be replaced. And I gotta figure out if it's the diff bushings that are bad or the something in the torque tube that's, you know, jerking. Other than that, the car runs perfectly fine. And so yeah, like I said, aesthetics are coming next. So yeah, so thanks for everybody that's following along. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting build. So appreciate everybody. Please like and comment. I need you guys to comment and tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, tell me what you want to see, you know, what you want me to do. And you know, subscribe if you're not subscribed. You know, I got a lot of content. I know people want to see the AMG. The AMG's just sitting right here. You know, I work full-time. I got a full-time job, plus I'm a dad. So, you know, it's trying to make this content for you guys. You know, like, it's the middle of the night, I gotta be up at 4 in the morning. So, but you know what, it is what it is. It all pays off in the end. So, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm tired of rambling. I'll see you guys on the next one, so let's go. You! Literally don't know what happened, just pulled off. And I'm getting this loud noise under here, under the shifter, and it doesn't really want to go in gear anywhere. So something's wrong with the clutch or the torque tube. Fuck!